I couldn't believe this when I seen this, guys. From Bitfinex, Coinbase will walk you through how to buy just about anything. No way this could end up badly. Exactly. How to buy Coinbase tokenized stock FTX coin. Then, how to buy totally a rug pull coin. Right? How? What? Guys, this is just crazy to me. Is it not? What does this tell us? That Coinbase is going to collapse, right? Probably and most likely be saved again. But I believe this. Okay, so now my belief is we know that Coinbase, Bitfinex, all these exchanges will collapse one day. The only question we have now is when, right? So I was thinking, if it's not going to happen now, which most likely not, guys, it's going to be during the collapse, the world collapse. That's exactly when these coins, especially these coins, these exchanges, all these things will go away, right? How to buy Ponzi coin, guys? It gets better. This is a publicly listed company doing this, right? Exactly. Look at that, look at that, guys. How do you make this stuff up? You just can't, right? I do believe one final crazy pump, guys, towards the upside, then the collapse happens, because there's more proof in the pudding. Justin, President Biden signs $1.7 trillion package government spending bill, right? Think about this just for a moment, guys. They're printing all this money out of thin air. Is there even going to be a recession incoming, right? When there's so much money. Now, they're going to inflate the money supply, right? Devalue the currency. Guess what else, guys? By the way, they already got Congress talking about more stimulus checks. Oh, and wait a minute. The C thing is now starting to repeat. It seems like we're repeating back 2020, right? Once again, where possibly we're going to see that thing develop more and more and more, and then more stimulus checks, right? All these things, they're just going to keep ramping these events higher and higher and higher, guys, till the collapse, right? The stock market will pump, cryptocurrencies will pump. We know the game plan. Fighting inflation by spending $1.7 trillion. Genius, right? Exactly, guys. So this is how we know we live in a fool world. Exactly. 100% we do. Why? The proof is in the pudding that they don't want the public to see this video. The bankers don't trust the banks. The bankers do not trust the banks. This was from November 2022. Wait a moment. What? They are talking about a financial crisis and their lack of faith in our banking system and how to keep the public from freaking out. Wow. So these bankers definitely know what's upcoming. They already know about this collapse that's looming, guys, but I don't believe it's going to happen in 2023, right? Maybe if it, I'm not sure, guys. I mean, I'm thinking more towards 24. Now, they're talking about the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Think about this just for a moment, guys. These people are literally not laughing towards the bank because they know what's upcoming.
It should be accessible when people need to know, but I don't think you have much hope of reaching a public that doesn't have a professional need to know.
I completely agree with that. I almost think you'd scare the public if you put this out. Like, why are they telling me this? Should I be concerned about my bank? Like, my insurance company doesn't tell me what they're doing with my assets. If they just assume they're going to pay my claim, right? I think you've got to think of the unintended consequences of taking a public that has more full faith and confidence in the banking system than maybe people in this room do. That we want them to have full faith and confidence in the banking system. They know the FDIC insurance is there. They know it works. They put their money in. They're going to get their money out. So there's a select crowd of people that are in the institutional side. And if they want to understand this, they're going to find a way to understand this. There's a bunch of law firms represented in this room. There's a bunch of people that charge them by the hour a lot of money to explain this all to them. And it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And they all have huge staffs. But I would be careful about the unintended consequences of starting to blast too much of this out in the general public.
Wow, don't let them know, guys, right? Just until right after the rug pull takes place. And it's funny because these people just laughed, right? They know that the collapse is inbound, guys. FDIC quote, you don't want a huge run on the institutions, and they're going to be another major clip from the FDIC meeting showing this is going down soon. They are expecting it from November 2022 meeting. If this does go down in 2023, We can expect the mother of all Fed QE, quantitative easing, $5 trillion instantly on the balance sheet, expansion to bail out the banking system, and massive amounts of congressional stimulus and bailouts. I feel like I'm living in a pattern because the same exact thing took place back in 2020. When the thing got declared, right, the markets plummeted. Guess what took place right after? The Fed came in and swooped it and saved the day, right? Swooped everything up, guys. They bought and bought and bought, right? This is so crazy to me. What's happening? So there can be possibly a crash in 2023, but it's not going to be the collapse if there even is a crash, right? Which I don't think there will be. The thing that took place back in 2020, like the same thing, right? But if there is, they're going to come in and save the day once again, guys, till we just keep pumping, right? Because they want this to make the mother of all bubbles, right? It already is, but check this out.
I wondered whether there are some market tests of whether you're being heard. And I think about TLAC. So TLAC should respond to good and bad news about the institutions. And it's really important. I mean, it's a little bit conflicted, right? I mean, it's important that people understand they can be bailed in, but you don't want a huge run on the institution. But they're going to be. And it could be an early warning signal to the FDIC and the primary regulators when these things happen. And there may be some other prices, this is similar to what Jay was saying, in the market that you can tell whether people understand who's going to be protected, who isn't going to be protected. It would be, I think, an interesting study to look at the evolution of market prices in a situation like March of 2020, for example, and see whether people understood what might happen. Right?
I believe when the collapse does take place, guys, the Dow Jones will fall to low 4 digits, right? To low 4 digits. Right now it's above $30,000 and it's going to go higher. So imagine Dow Jones is at $40,000 or so plus, and then it falls to 3,000 or so, right? During the collapse. Guess what's going to happen with Bitcoin? Fall under $1,000, guys, if not lower. I mean, Bitcoin, let's say it's at 6 figures right before the collapse, and then when the collapse does take place, it's going to fall to possibly low 4 digits, right? If not lower, honestly. Because remember, Bitcoin, they're going to attack Bitcoin not just with the collapse, but the proof of work narrative, all that other stuff, right? Tied with it. XRP, in my humble opinion, might fall during the collapse, but when they bring in the new system, that's when that flip of the switch takes place. So the mother of all bubbles is going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger until the collapse arrives, guys, right? And that's in 24-25, I believe. So what do you think will take place? Comment down below. Central banks buy gold at the fastest pace in 55 years. The last monetary reset was 51 years ago, right? Look at this. So they're talking about all of this happening, right? That they know not to trust the banks. Who knows what's upcoming? A run on institutions or whatnot. Most likely the Great Depression rate collapse, and now they're buying gold, like gold in the fastest pace as well. Central banks are scooping up gold at the fastest pace since 1967. Why? China and Russia are big buyers and are keen to diversify their reserves away from the dollar. The last time purchases were this high, the London gold pool collapsed in March 1968. Gold buyers binge on biggest volume for 55 years, right? They know what's upcoming. Exactly. So I'm actually a little mind blown because they tell us to do something specific, right? To look over there, but not over here. What we're doing. Don't watch what we're doing, guys. Don't look at our actions, right? The actions we are taking. Why? Because these people are buying gold and silver. Not to mention, they're probably buying a lot of XRP behind the scenes, right? I mean, these people are more fond of gold, silver, precious metals because they are hard assets, but who knows who has XRP at this point in time, right? We don't know, guys. Elon Musk, I'm pretty sure, has it. A lot of them do, right? Remember, there's only, 100 billion maximum supply for XRP. Think about that just for a moment and second, guys. So that's why they cannot scoop up everything right now. Why? Because if they did, it will pump the price immediately, right? Imagine a bank, all these banks buying at the same time. That's going to take place when exactly. During the collapse, or when they bring in the financial system, right? That's when XRP reigns supreme. Not only that, there's 100 billion XRP, guys. Total market or total supply of XRP, 100 billion, right? That would mean XRP is deflationary as well, right? So each time a transaction takes place with XRP, little drops of XRP gets burned, right? So imagine billions or trillions of them, guys. Trillions of transactions, right? That would force the price nowhere but up. Exactly. Think about this, guys. It's all the proof is in the pudding. The scary thing about selling XRP early.
What's even more scary is the amount of people that know a little bit but don't stick to it and sell at $5.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes my stomach turn thinking about that, because
yeah.
It's actually, we can joke about it now, having not happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
But when it does, that is serious.
Yeah,
it's serious for those who are potentially not in the right mental space. That's even more scary.
Guys, to me, it's scary selling at F5, right? Or even 10. It's because of my belief. That's all there is to it, right? It's just because of my belief at the end of the day, guys. That if you want to sell at 5 or whatever, it's your belief, right? What do you believe will happen with XRP? I believe that there's a new financial system brewing, right? It's boiling up in this pot, and it's going to erupt one day. That day is going to be in 2025, most probably. This is just my belief, guys. And when the new system is here, it will tie in with XRP, right? XRP will be the heart of the new financial system, which means I believe, therefore, XRP's price is at a high value or very high price, right? It could even be in a set price that they have right now, planned ahead of time, right? Everything's planned ahead of time, guys. Especially these major events, right? Especially the collapse, especially the new financial system, especially what's going to be the heart of it all. It's planned long ago, guys. Right, long ago. I wanted to quickly point out that I do believe as well that XRP should pump till 24, right before the collapse as well, right? So it should pump, guys, like everything else will. So it's going to be beautiful. Maybe that's when a lot of people get priced out, right? So XRP goes to $5, $10, who knows, 15, 20, 30 bucks, people start selling. When the collapse takes place and XRP price falls a little bit, they're like, I did the right thing, right? But then afterwards, flip of the switch. Did they really do the right thing? Most likely, because now they're set for life, right? With $15, $20 XRP. Who knows, guys? It all depends on your life situation at the end of the day. That's just my opinion, though, not financial advice. Now, last but not least, I am doing another giveaway, 332 Phoenix Reborn NFT. If you guys would like to participate, I'll have the link down in the description below. Not financial advice. But anyways, that's all for you guys. See ya.